All right, now we're gonna consider.
They would do you, but they don't have enough shovels and plastic bags.
Tell you what, that father-son barbecue next week is gonna be pretty awesome. Item number 12, I don't know when I lost control of this meeting. I just Item number 12, consider approval of the interlocal agreement between Tarrant County and the City of Woodward Oaks to reconstruct an asphalt overlay Roberts Cutoff Road from Skyline north to city limits and from Blackstone Drive north to River Oaks Boulevard.
Now, this is why y'all should be here. We're talking about repaving all of Roberts Cutoff.
What about Meandering Road?
10 yards.
What about Meandering Road?
Different project. Different project, it's on the drawing board. But I mean, this is gonna be sweet to have all of Roberts Cutoff, right? It's past due.
Is all the utilities finished up?
Except for how long is it? That's what they're. Right at Meandering, they can't do it because of utilities. It's a short job.
Marvin? This is from, we applied from the 2006 transportation bond, and applied to do all of Roberts Cutoff except for that little area in front of Meandering and what's already been done. The Commissioners Court approved it 2 weeks ago. We also have, in conjunction with it, a funding agreement that I think I laid before you, Mayor, that the city attorney has looked at. And we're asking the council to approve the interlocal agreement and the funding interlocal agreement for the Roberts Cutoff Road reconstruction.
So the beauty of this also is that it's like almost $1 million to do all that, and we're only having to pay for half of it. Because the deal with the county, they're paying for half of it. So that's sweet as well.
How long are we gonna consider doing the coating on this, or that'll be coming up in the next year's budget?
Okay. I make a motion that we consider approval of interlocal agreement between Tarrant County and the City of River Oaks to reconstruct an asphalt roadway at Roberts Cutoff from Skyline north to city limits and from Blackstone Drive north to River Oaks Boulevard.
Second.
And any ancillary funding agreement as well, correct?
Yeah, any ancillary funding.
Wayne, then jump in.
Second still.
We have a motion and a second to approve the interlocal agreement. Is there any further discussion? Looks like we have a question.
I'm definitely in on this one, but my question or addendum, whatever, can we get interim center stripe about 100 yards either way from Castleberry and Yale? It's almost gone, and I almost got it the other day. Somebody's speeding and being sloppy. Even white doesn't have to be the fancy double yellow, just some kind of reminder to everybody.
Absolutely, going to
A
go.
center stripe.
Yes, sir. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Now, we're going to move on to consider approval. Well, I already lost control on the go down. Consider approval of the River Oaks Fire Department 2022 calendar published by Southern Publishing. Where'd the chief go?
Ready.
Is he back there?
There you go.
Is he hiding?
He's hiding in the hallway.
Calendar, I was gonna say, you better have it going on.
Preview the calendar. Preview the calendar. Are you gonna be helping the puppy?
I'm Chief Kelly, and I am here as an employee.
Love it.
That's all the comedy I have. City manager Buzz hired me on this. I had no idea I was talking about this, so, thank you, sir. What can I tell you?
Well, it's something we used to always do, but we didn't in 2020 because it was a COVID year, so we didn't budget it this year. However, we have enough money to cover the expense, so if the council wants to do it again, and this year,
Yeah.
it is $500, pretty well what we paid in the past, and the publishing is done by Southern Publishing, and it is a good thing for the fire department.
Who gets the money for all the ads? Nobody gets it.
Well,
Southern Publishing? We're actually paying them money?
Yeah,
Nothing coming back to us that I'm aware of.
no, we don't
Since
do
I've been here.
Well, as a
We're just
business
paying
owner,
for
I
an
can
ad.
tell you that I thought y'all were getting
Something.
paid for doing this, not us paying it. And I can tell you as a business owner, I get worn out from people calling and
One donation.
taking money that I would rather donate to you. I've made that mistake in the past, and, you hear this too, because it goes, you know, police and fire and everybody else. Normally is, man, I always thought that, they were doing it free because they sold the ads, and then y'all got a piece of that, so.
We've not received anything to my knowledge.
I'd say we write a check to the fire department instead of spending it to the calendar. Publish your own. That's my 2 cents.
Department head, what is your recommendation or your request?
He reached out and asked if we were interested in doing it again. He reached out to Marvin, and I don't know that I'm kind of indifferent to it. Having calendars to give out in the community is nice, but I also agree with Councilman House that there's it's a moneymaker for them. It's not a moneymaker for the city. Were they doing this and not charging us for it, then that might be one thing, but that's not ever been an offer.
Why don't we see if
I
we
know
can
there's others that do that.
Yeah, why don't we try to renegotiate the deal?
Get some out of it.
This is a promotional item. Shouldn't this be EDC anyway?
For
the fire department. Huh?
No, fire department.
I'd make a motion that we deny. I don't see the benefit in it. I don't think anybody uses the calendars that much anymore. I know that it used to be a fundraiser for the police and fire, but if they're not getting anything out of it other than having a picture displayed somewhere, and some of the businesses on here, quite honestly, are not even River Oaks. I just don't see the benefit. You know, I'd rather donate the money to them than give it to someone else. That's my opinion.
Against you.
This is city manager, so I don't take no personally, this is against him. My record's still good.
We have a motion, do we have a second? We have a motion and a second to deny the River Oaks Fire Department 2022 calendar published by several. All in favor, say aye.
Thank you.
Now, when you get sexy firefighters, women are asking for the calendar.
Yes, sir. We don't hire those. That comes with problems on the back end, we don't hire those.
That dollar donation.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we're gonna move to the item number 14, consider approval of resolution number 1057-2021, authorizing the city manager to execute an agreement to participate in the Tarrant County Combined Narcotics Enforcement Team.
Is this the standard one?
Long back.
In this one,
This one we had in the past, yes, for the drug task force stuff.
What they've done in the new narcotics task force, they've revamped it with the Tarrant County Sheriff's Office, and we've looked at this year so far, we've had 43 felony narcotics arrests, 9 of which we took guns off of. The new commander is willing to take part-time detectives, and ordinarily what happens with a drug case, we get it, we try to work it as best we can, but I mean, there's just so much going on right now. We don't have the manpower to sit somebody on a house for 2 days, 3 days a week. In this instance, the narcotics task force will take a part-time detective, which we have 3. I can rearrange some of the caseload. We can divert all of our narcotics cases to him or her, if that was the case. And then in turn, we would have access, they're going to train the guys for free. They're going to give us their entire unit. If we have a drug house or something like that, we can then turn the full eyes of the task force onto that house, which then they have the manpower to sit people for a week or 2 weeks. And just, we need the agreement in place first before I'm actually meeting with him tomorrow at lunch to kind of see what exactly.
But we're not obligated to put somebody in there.
I
We've done that in the past. Also, the benefit for this too, although you don't see it as much as we did in the past, is if you had a cook going somewhere and you had a cleanup, that, believe me, if they come out there, that hazardous stuff can run into serious money real quick. Our budget would have been,
$1,000.
you know, one lab that